And here we are. And tonight is actually going to be our Movie Lovers Rewind. Tonight, we are rewinding time back to 2002. And this is a little comedy called National Lampoon's Van Wilder. This movie stars, of course, Ryan Reynolds. And then, what's the love interest? Because I always forget her name.
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid, thank you. Because I remember her from American Pie, of course. But I always forget about Tara. But what this movie is about this guy named Van Wilder. He goes to this college named Coolidge, and basically he just doesn't want to leave the college. You don't know why he's trying to leave, doesn't want to leave the college or anything like that. But he also winds up throwing frat parties. He throws a bunch of charity events. Things just get out of control in Coolidge. It's actually the university that you would want to go to if Van Wilder was there. And this movie is probably one of my favorite Van Wilder movies. Probably one of my favorite Ryan Reynolds movies that he's come out with. This is actually my first introduction into Ryan Reynolds and everything too, because I remember renting this movie at Movie Gallery back when I used to work at a video store. And my friend Kevin and I, what we did was we went on ahead, we rented it, and we would there's actually a part where the girl raises her shirt up. And so him and I are actually zooming in on that part for about 10 minutes, which also explains why we didn't watch the movie until maybe 2 or 3 days later, because of the fact, and why we have a late fee because of that. But, but my favorite thing that I really have to say is this. Whenever you look at Van Wilder as a whole, it's easy to quote some of the one-liners and stuff like that. And, my other favorite thing that he says in the opening is, the first day of spring semester, a time to say goodbye to the parents once again, and say hello to a few student bodies. And then, of course, there's also a part in the movie, too, that I really have to crack up on. He goes, so Sook me is a little. What memories do you have with this film?
All right, I love this movie. This movie's so good. This is not my first introduction to Ryan Reynolds. Back when this came out, I didn't see this in 2002. I was 9, so I didn't see this fully. That my first introduction to Ryan Reynolds came 2 years later, around December 2004, in a movie called Blade Trinity. That was my first introduction because, I was like, when I see this, this guy's funny. Who the heck is this guy? And then I don't know how I stumbled upon Van Wilder. I just must have. And I watched it, and this movie, if you do not like Ryan Reynolds, you're not going to want to watch this movie, because this is Ryan Reynolds in a nutshell. Very younger Ryan Reynolds, but man, this movie is funny. This is back around the time, it was a little bit a couple years after American Pie. So this is like a raunchy comedy, but it's like the first that's set at a college. That I would think. Would you think around this time, John, or was there other ones that are about in colleges around this time? I don't fully.
Well, let's see. We had American Pie 2, but that was like a couple.
Yeah.
After the like 2 years later.
Okay.
So about 2 years later. But it's not. Here's the thing, though. I'm glad that we took a little bit of a break from American Pie, and this came out. Because of the fact with American.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad, because I think it was getting kind of oversaturated a little bit. So this is definitely a little jumping off point in a sense to and then this is the first one that set it all around a university. But yeah, this movie is so funny. It's so quotable. We're not going to go into all the quotes tonight because we're thinking about reviewing this one later on. But some of my favorite moments, again, Tara Reid's in this one. And I think it was right about after this movie is when her career kind of went downhill a little bit. And then she popped up in Sharknado. But that's Tara Reid for you. She did a couple other really bad movies. And then, yeah, but she was fine in this one. I thought she was funny, but I think one of my favorite scenes was the scene where she's begging him to get an interview. So they're at the ice rink, and Van shows up. All right, if I stop you, you and I are going out. You and I, dinner for 2, clothing optional. Just a randomness. And then when he's working out in the goalie gear, and he bends his back, and you hear him go, "Ow." that's so Deadpool like. And then when you see her, she's skating like crazy, and he's like, "Holy crap!" And then my brothers, they play professional hockey for the Rangers, and she scores on him multiple times, and then he, and then the conversation the two of them had, and how he's able to, you can really tell, you can really describe a person better with the type of underwear they wear. And he's like, I don't wear those. No, I just wanted the visual.
Well, remember, this is also too. He wants at that scene too. He goes, "I bet your boyfriend wears whitey tighties. He looks like a whitey tighty kind of guy. You probably wear granny panties. What makes you? I don't wear granny panties. Well, I just wanted the visual."
No, but this is delivery. This.
It's quick.
He's quick, and it's kind of sarcastic, and then it isn't. And that's just Ryan Reynolds in a nutshell. And it's just, he comes off so quick. So and I guess that's why a lot of his movies, you need to watch them multiple times to be able to get all the jokes. And that's one of the few actors that can do that. I actually want to watch a movie again. Again, this movie's so quotable, especially with Taj Mahal.
Oh yeah. This is another thing I like though too as well with Taj. He goes, so think of the first thing that comes to your mind. He goes, tit. Oh, mummy. Most Indians would say cow because they are scared. But here, milk. I think giant jugs. You see, I cannot go home a virgin. I came to study a great American of buff diving, to smack the clam, much the rug, dine at just the one American taco stand. I want to. How is it? Part the purpose? To take it through the car wash, baby. And get it waxed. I want it waxed. Wax it. Air dry that shit. Yeah, and I would like to be your assistant very much, Mr. Van Wilder.
And if nobody doesn't know who this guy is, this is Kal Penn from Harold and Kumar, which also had a cameo by Ryan Reynolds in Harold and Kumar, the original one. And this is before Kal Penn actually went into politics, because actually that's what he redid. I think he was a press secretary, I believe.
Yep.
So this is your first introduction. For me, this is my first to Kal Penn, but again, there's so many of the randomness of it, like just how likable Van is to everybody, and like especially he's like, and then when he like the very first time you see Van, and I think his pants are down, and he's completely pantless when he's talking to Timmy. He's trying to tell Timmy not to jump, and Timmy's the Shermanator from American Pie, which is just like, man, we're going full 180 with this one, and then. What is this? It's just the randomest, like, and then like there's like when he's when he's like trying to get a fundraiser, swim team needs your help. After the fat guy does a body slam into the pool, or like whatever, like going stomach first into the pool, and he goes, swim team needs your help. And then McDougal and all that stuff.
But I do want to go back on your question, though. I don't know if you heard my answer or anything like that.
Yeah, I heard it's I think again it's we're getting a different movie. It's raunchy, but it's not we're not oversaturating the market with that, and it takes a couple years. And I think it wasn't until 2005, so they had a couple years off before they did American Reunion. So again,
2012 they did American Reunion.
Oh yeah, I meant American Wedding.
American Wedding, yeah.
That was 2005, I think. I had that trailer. It was around 2004, 2005. Yeah, I was trying to remember what movie I saw when we had that R-rated trailer for it. I forgot what it was. It would have been hilarious if it was a spy when I saw Spy Kids. And we had American Reunion, not American Reunion, American Wedding, and we had that trailer, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's hilarious.
I mean, that was funny.
Yeah, it would have been. But okay, so some of the other things I want to mention with this film that I'm just love it. To be honest with you, I love the chemistry with his roommate Taj. It just works out really well.
Yeah.
Especially when you see another thing though too, where he goes, "I know Miss Pac-Man is special. She's fun. She's cute. She's swallows." That's another one of my favorite lines that he tells to the computer geeks and everything too.
Yeah.
And he goes, then also too, I like you to meet Sherry and Terry, two girls utterly infatuated with men who have larger than normal mandola obligatas.
Or
Her name is Naomi. I'm
yeah.
going backwards, but yeah.
I mean, I hated those rich pricks.
Yeah.
And I think Van got those print guys so good.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm not going to get into that. We might save that for the review, because yeah, we probably won't get into all. It's not appropriate. But yeah, we're not going to get into that at all. But if you'd watch the unrated version, and then you know exactly what we're talking about. But and then seeing the kids get drunk at the party, that was kind of funny. And then
damn, those midgets can't hold their liquor.
These little kids, and the kids are, and then and they see the windows all dropping, and they're all puking out of the bus.
And Vin's talking. What's bad is Vin is actually talking to the cops when this is actually happening, and then he goes, "We heard about minors drinking." He goes, "No, there's no minors here." All of a sudden, you see them. He goes, and then you see the kid go, "I love you, man. I love you too." And then he goes, "Damn those midgets! They can't hold their liquor."
I mean, then, the dialogue was like, "You got, you got a lot of potential, Van." That's why I always liked you. Like, that's why it's like, man, is that why we had friction? I thought it was because I had screwed your daughter. It's like, wait, you had sex with my daughter? No.
That's my favorite line. Then also too with the jocks, he always makes like little small details of pranks that he does to them, and they miss it. Like for instance, he goes, "Sorry guys, sorry fellas, bakery's closed." What? Nothing.
No, but Terry gets the boyfriend back, Cohen blow, when he's like, and his this guy's such a rich, he's just a prick.
He's an egotistical asshole.
He is, and he's a prick, and he's always got a schedule. Gwenny, honey, he's got that kind of like really lame douchey voice, and she gets him back so good when he's taking the test, and he finishes like really quick because he got to the bathroom, and then he goes to the bathroom into the the trash can, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" They're screaming at him.
Oh my god, this. I'll tell you what though, man. Just revisiting some of the clips that we saw recently with it.
Yeah.
It brought back a lot of my high school years of me remembering how Kevin and I just talking on the phone though too, because I also had my own phone line as well because of internet dial-up. But we were just laughing our asses off at this film and things like that. And then of course Kevin would always go because him and I both had late fees for Van Wilder. He goes, "Hey man, can you do me a favor?" I'm like, "What's that?"
Pay my.
Can you wipe my late fees off? I'm like, "Hell no! You gotta pay for that shit." I won't tell anybody what you're doing in the back. I said, "I'm not doing anything in the back." So, but this film, to me, this movie would not get made today for the simple reason.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even if
not only because it's very raunchy, but because of some of the ethnic slurs that's in this movie.
Yeah.
But
there's no way this movie can make. Even if Ryan Reynolds would do, you say, "I will get down on my knees and like, or as how is it quoted for Deadpool? Whose balls do I have to find to get my own movie?" He would do that to any executive possible. Well, again, Blake Lively would tell him not to, but he'll still do it anyway to try to get this movie made, and they'll still tell him no. They'll still reject him. That's just the day that we're in this point. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds, like, even if he was involved with him, they'll still tell him no. And they should just not try to do this now. If Ryan Reynolds was in it, sure, I definitely would watch it. But if anybody else tried to do this movie in this decade, absolutely not. It's like, no. This is another one of those movies to leave alone. Leave alone. Just do it.
And another thing too that I want to bring up though that I thought was was probably one of my other favorite moments in this though too was, you know, of course when Van is telling Raj what to do, whenever he's telling him what to do, he winds up saying Barry White, candles, lotion. And then I like it when he
Oh,
finally
yeah.
gets the girl alone in the in the in the
The
dorm room,
apartment. Yeah.
and he goes, "Oh, I like what you're listening to." And everything. Oh, thank you. It's the White Berry.
And then you put the body oil on the back and he slides right off and he crashes into the candles. Sorry, buddy. It's just that. I mean, yeah, your skin will
And,
grow
I,
back too.
and he goes, and it reminds me of him talking to his kids as if he had a kid. He goes, "You know what? Someday you're gonna meet the right person,
Yeah.
and he'll let you go all the way, but not now."
No.
But I also liked how, well, also too, my nephew. I showed it to my nephew when he was like 13
Hmm.
or 12, and the part where he's actually putting the oil on the girl and everything,
Yeah.
that's just too much. I remember his expression goes, "That's just too much oil." I said, "The oil is the least of his problems. Just wait until you see what's going to happen next."
Next. Wow, that's all he's concerned about. That's too much oil.
And he goes sliding right off of her. But all in all, this is a to me, this is a great comedy. If you're looking for something just to laugh at, it's a. I wouldn't say this is a great date night movie because it might actually be awkward unless you and the girl that you're seeing have the same kind of humor. This might
Mhm.
actually work, but for the sake of argument, I don't recommend. If this was out in theaters and you want to take your girlfriend out on a first date, this is not the movie to take her out on a first date with or lead with, because then she's going to wind up leaving you at the theater
No,
and everything. I'm just gonna.
you have to suffer through the Notebook first before you get to this movie.
But all in all, I really enjoy this film. I'm glad I had a chance to go on ahead, look through some old clips, talk about this film. I hope that matter of fact, we might try and do a review on this film.
I think we have to. There's there that we have to do a full review of this. We can go more in depth in this and
Yeah,
just to remember because there's so much we forgot, but yet so much we remember because it's been forever since I've seen this movie. But
same.
yet I still remember like the quote, "Swim team needs your help." Like again, there's so many lines in this movie that are so memorable that to this day I think it's still going to hold up. I mean, watching it again. I mean, if we're just laughing at this stuff now when we watch it again, or these things, write that down. I don't have a pen. Well, remember it.
Also,
or are you stalking me? Because that'd be super.
super. And
Yeah, I
then
think we
there's
got to
also
do
the other
review.
thing. Don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out alive.
Yeah, that's a guy
'Cause-
once told me. Or a school's like a rocking chair. It's meaningless and it's gonna get you nowhere. I don't know if that was the exact quote, but he
That's
said
it.
it is okay. But yeah, school get you nowhere. Or seen him wear drag, or him in a red dress, and he's like, "Dad," and his dad shows up when he's wearing the red dress. And he was like, his dad has no idea what was been going on. But yeah, this is such a fun movie.
Definitely is. So that's everything that we wanted to talk about as far National Lampoon's Man. One memory lane, talking about stuff that I went through in high school and things like that, talking about it. Do us a favor, comment in the comment section below. What are some of your favorite moments from this movie? Or if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. Come back over here. Tell us what your favorite scenes are. Because I'm curious as to know what your favorite scenes are with National Lampoon's Van Wilder.
It's on
Because this,
Tubi. It's on
yes, it's
Tubi
on
for free. So if you have not seen this movie, find it on Tubi and watch it. And that. If you don't like it, it's okay. This movie's definitely not for everybody. If you don't like grunge
definitely
comedy,
not.
watch this movie.
But let's see here. Tomorrow night, I actually I'm going to be doing an interview with Diego Silva. He's an Emmy Award director who just came out with a new horror movie called Hunting Souls. And a matter of fact, it's actually, you can actually buy it or rent it for like $5 if you want to rent it on Apple TV, or you can rent it for $5 on Apple TV. It's also available on Vudu, Amazon Prime, and Google Play. And that movie is called Hunting Souls. As a matter of fact, I'm watching it now, and so far I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Diego Silva was on my show whenever I was first starting out, so it's just an honor to be able to have him back on the show. That's going to happen at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern. So go ahead and check that out. Thursday night is going to be for our Moon Knight show that's not going to be live, but it'll be up on the next day, which will be Friday. Friday, we may or may not have a show. It just depends on how things go. But either way it goes, go ahead, smash that like button, guys. Go ahead, smash that bell in the bottom right-hand corner, allow you guys to know when we have something new coming out. Also, too, go ahead and follow us on Facebook at Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite over there, underneath the same brand name on Instagram and on Pinterest as well. If you'd like to also go on ahead and donate to the page, all you have to do is go to buymeacoffee.com/movie lovers, and that's how you guys can go on ahead, donate $5 to $10 over there. But like I said, just simply smashing that like button. And
I'll take care of this.
thank you. I do appreciate that. But sorry guys, I didn't mean to
Take care of it.
Okay. So anyways, all you have to do is go on ahead and smash that like button, comment below, smash the subscribe button, and that bell in the right-hand corner, allow you guys to know when we have something new here. Of course, if you want an audio-only podcast of our episodes and many episodes that we do here at Movie Lovers Unite, you guys can get that on all major platforms. Go ahead, go over to Good Pods. Good Pods is basically social media for people that love listening to podcasts, or if you're a podcaster yourself. Rate individual episodes, tell us what you think about our episodes, and we'll comment back to you. That's one of the best things about Good Pods. Of course, rate us on Apple Podcasts as well. And also, too, go on ahead and rate us on Spotify as well. Give us a 5-star review if you choose to do so. That actually helps us be able to climb up in the rankings, but not only climb up the rankings, but allow new people to discover us. So go ahead, do that. That'll mean so much to us. But that's going to be it as far as the show goes. Thank you again, Charlie. I do appreciate it. Also, too, go on ahead and follow me on Twitter at Movie Lovers Unit 0. Movie Lovers Unit on Twitter, and then Movie Lovers Unit 0 on TikTok. And that's everywhere you can reach me at. And always, until next time, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. I can't wait to do this again. And